Scotland completely won us over, and in this final episode we're saving some of the very best till last. We'll explore Edinburgh, climb Arthur's Seat, discover more ancient castles, sample a wee dram of whiskey, search for Nessie, and we even track down one of the world's most famous steam trains as it crosses the spectacular Glenfinnan Viaduct. Let's hit the road. The Angel of the North in Gates Head was commissioned by Council for Anthony Gormley. So here's the thing, this is made by Anthony Gormley. He's the same dude that put all of the statues at Lake Ballard. It's bloody big. That's a little bit of welding. Wonder what rust inhibitor they're using. And once again it's bloody cold and windy. Leaving the Angel behind, we head north towards the Scottish border. Along the way, we make a quick stop in the little fishing town of Amble. With the tide well out, the fishing boats are resting patiently on the harbour floor, waiting for the sea to return. It's a peaceful little place, perfect for stretching the legs, before continuing up the coast to one of Britain's most spectacular castles, Bamburgh Castle. Perched high on a volcanic outcrop overlooking the North Sea, Bamburgh Castle has stood guard over this coastline for well over 1,400 years. It really is an incredible first impression. So we've made it to another castle. This is Bamburgh Castle, which has been around for 2,000 years under some descriptions. They're privately owned. Some Italian people have got it. It costs £17 to get into. Let's walk around. Where's she going? I'm going in here. It's a bit bloody windy again. I don't know how you get an arrow to fly straight in this wind. That's what every good castle needs, is a automatic lawnmower. G'day.
How you doing?
Living the dream.
Which belonged to my son, Edward, Prince of Wales.
Your husband? Where was he?
I mended them on those very beaches outside. My poor Edward died in battle.
A wander through Bamburgh Castle was like stepping back through 1,000 years of history, from grand fireplaces and magnificent halls to armour, family treasures and even a medieval dungeon. There's something fascinating around every corner. It's easy to see why this is considered one of England's most impressive castles. And yes, the billiard room wasn't exactly what we expected to find in a medieval fortress. Before leaving the area, Kim had one last mission. She wanted to see Vera Stanhope's seaside home from the TV series Vera. Unfortunately, the high tide had other ideas, so I'll have to leave that one for another visit. From Northumberland, we continue heading north into Scotland, arriving in Edinburgh, where the city is on show, with castles, cathedrals, statues, and centuries of history around almost every corner. We couldn't wait to jump aboard the hop-on hop-off bus and start exploring. And another hop-on hop-off bus tour. We always find a hop-on hop-off bus as one of the best ways to get our bearings in a new city. You can sit back, relax and let someone else worry about navigating streets that are often a lot older and a lot narrower than anything we're used to back home. Towering above it all is Edinburgh Castle. Built on an ancient volcanic rock, it's impossible to miss, and no matter where you are in the city, it always seems to be watching over you. After a quick lap around the city, we called it a day. Tomorrow, we'll be exploring more of Edinburgh. So we've come from all the way down there, that way. So we've come up to Arthur's Seat. It's been a bit of a walk. It hasn't rained at least. Kim's mate. So this is the famous Arthur's Seat, quite a popular spot. Edinburgh never stops surprising you. One minute we're enjoying lunch, next we are watching what has to be one of Edinburgh's more unusual sights. A bunch of naked protest cyclists. I wasn't sure whether to look or look away. Anyway, enough of that. It's time to meet nephew Joe for something Scotland is much more famous for. Whiskey.
Everyone comfortable with my accent? Anyone need an audio guide who does not have one? Does anyone have an audio guide? No, that's okay. Wonderful.
Secret place at the very heart of the inner world of whisky making. You are inside the cask.
Now the casks themselves also play a vital role. Just before we head inside, I wanted to show you something. So these two rows, top row from bourbon cask, bottoms from sherry, are the most common casks. At new spirit, age 0, as well as 3 years, you can see the colors are pretty much the same. Also, I think something was wrong. If you ever have something more mild, I'd suggest a Lowland and a Speyside. If you want something with more of a kick, a Highland and Campbelltown will do the trick. But if you are going to add in Islay, all we ask is that you do so sparingly, because you don't want the peatiness to overpower the blend. Now to welcome my oldest colleague and our resident ghost, Douglas McIntyre.
Yeah, that's better. Allow me to formally introduce myself. Douglas McIntyre, Master Blender, deceased. They've done a grand job in telling you the basics of my art, but let me try to paint you a clearer picture.
I already learned about single malt Scotch whisky, but you will have the chance to try a Lowland, Highland, Speyside, and Islay.
Thanks, Paul. A few dollars in there.
Yeah, just wait.
Gee, we did push. My dad would love this place. Get out of here.
Come on in, guys. I do promise to give you time for photos afterwards. How do you properly drink a Scotch whisky? And as a non-Scot myself, I'm here to tell you that there is no proper way. If you want to add water or ice or make yourself a whiskey cocktail, please feel free to do so. Now take a sip. Your fifth and final step is to think about the finish, the flavors. Do you taste it do you feel it at
A wee bit of legs. Not many legs.
Just before I ask
Whiskey review. Whiskey review. Number one? Is it number one?
This is number one.
is it something that is salty?
Inoffensive.
Whole lot of nothing. Inoffensive, yeah, inoffensive.
So whiskey number one, Lowland, inoffensive.
These are blended, right?
No, these are all single malts.
Oh, these are
Initially he said vanilla,
Yeah.
then he copied me and said honey, and then she said vanilla.
Yeah, so I should have stuck to my guns.
Take a sip.
Hold on.
That's nice. It's not quite as much honey as I was expecting. Mind sweeping after this?
Mine sweeping.
You never heard that?
No.
It's a term they use here for like, you just wander around the bar and drink all the half-empty drinks that everyone's left behind.
It's not the first time that's happened.
No,
It doesn't just happen in Scotland.
it's what the students do because it's cheap.
Speyside.
Speyside,
A
whiskey number 3.
A region in Scotland.
Lighter than the second one, but I think it's darker than the first one.
All I see is fingerprints on my glass.
Comparison.
Okay, we're about to try the last one, and news is most people will go, "Bleh," is the active. We'll see. So that's nice.
It's quite light, huh?
It is actually quite light.
What about its body?
None. Oh, a little bit.
Anyone have legs?
A little bit legs. This is nice. This is bacon apparently.
The bacon whiskey,
Yeah, yeah. It's burnt. It's bushfire. Yeah, that's good. We really enjoyed the Scotch Whisky Experience. It was great catching up with Joe, and we even discovered our whisky tastes are quite different. Turns out I'm definitely an Islay bloke, all that smoky, peaty flavour. Kim, on the other hand, was much happier with the smoother Speyside whiskies. So Kim has taken us on an adventure today to Skelbo Castle. Been in the car for an hour and a half, parked on some lane that basically goes to someone's cottages to find ourselves at Skelbo Castle. Let's have a look. So, who are the Skelbos and why did they have a castle here? Hopefully there'll be an information board. Probably could mow the path a bit. Oh, we're in them. Must be all part of that cellar from the other side. It's a well-worn track, so people obviously come here. And it's free
And it was listed as one of the top 10 things to do
in...
Northern Scotland.
Okay.
Not a bad view at all.
A few sheepies. Wonder if that information board down there will have anything. These ruins of Skelbo Castle sit high above Loch Fleet. The original fortress dates back to the 1200s and controlled one of the main crossings into this part of the Sutherland. Imagine trying to approach this place 700 years ago. From up here you could see anyone coming for miles. The castle passed through several powerful Scottish families before eventually falling to ruin during the 1700s. Today, it's a peaceful place to explore, but it's easy to picture what life must have been like when this was a busy medieval stronghold. Just a short drive away, we found one of the oldest places we'd visit anywhere in Scotland, the Clava Cairns at Balnurin. These stone burial monuments were built around 4,000 years ago, without YouTube tutorials, during the Bronze Age, about 2,000 years before the Romans ever reached Britain. It's believed important members of the community were buried here, surrounded by carefully placed standing stones. What's remarkable is how precisely these monuments were built. Some are even aligned with the midwinter sunset, suggesting the people who built them understood both the landscape and the movement of the sun. Standing here surrounded by stones that have survived for 4 millennia, you can't help but wonder about the people who built them and the stories that have long since been lost. You simply can't visit Scotland without stopping at Loch Ness. Whether you believe in Nessie or not, this mysterious stretch of water has captured imaginations for generations. There are already plenty of photos and videos of the loch out there, most of them without Nessie. So this time we put the cameras down, enjoyed the atmosphere and explored the Loch Ness Centre. Time to see what all that fuss was about. Okay, so we're in our room and that's Loch Ness, so we're at the whatever it's called, and I see some action out on the water out there. Just open the window and have a look. Let me zoom in. Could it be Loch Ness Monster? It might. Well, no, it's a sea no. Well, we never did spot Nessie, but after spending time here, it's easy to understand why the legend has captured imaginations for generations. But now, it's only fair we stop for another Scottish beer review. Research is important after all. Then it's on to the iconic ruins of yet another castle. So we're on the shores of Loch Ness, where there's a monster that lives. It was first discovered in 1933 at Hotel Drumnadrochit. 1933, there's a monster discovered in that lake. So I thought it's fitting that we have a Nessie IPA. That's all I can tell you about it. It's a Nessie IPA. It's a pint. Let's go. It's interesting. It gets you thinking about social media. Back in 1933, a lady called, Aldi McKay, she knew algorithms. So we use Facebook and Instagram and all these other different social medias, and it's got an algorithm which just gets people to look at things. Back in 1933, young Aldi, she had her own algorithm. She blew this place up off the map. No social media, just newspapers and word of mouth, and there's been people coming to Loch Ness ever since looking for a monster. Loch Ness Monster. Does it really exist? Tell me in the comments below. Score this. It's not really an IPA. I don't know how they even call that an IPA. That's a lager. 3 out of 5. Cheers. We've made it to Urquhart Castle in the Scottish Highlands. A castle steeped in mystery. Was the Loch Ness Monster here when this was built? Let's find out. An instrument of terror. I think it's a trebuchet. So we're on the banks of Loch Ness, where Nessie lives. And here is Urquhart Castle. One of the kings was here, I'll find out who. But it was wrecked by its own garrison. They destroyed it for some reason. So none of the billboards are yet telling us why it's here. Who lived in it? We'll find out. That piece was blown there, legend has it, in 1692. Destroying the gatehouse, and that prevented the Jacobites from holding Urquhart Castle against them. Captain James Grant was here, and so was Queen Mary II and her husband William of Orange. We've heard about William of Orange a few times. He was a duchy. Some bloke still stuck in there. Poor bugger. If you're going to build a castle, this is a pretty good spot. Sitting high above Loch Ness, Urquhart Castle spent more than 500 years guarding one of the main routes through the Scottish Highlands. It saw battles, sieges and plenty of changes in ownership before government troops finally blew much of it up in 1692 to stop it being captured again. These days, it's a much more peaceful place, with some of the best views of Loch Ness you'll find anywhere. If Nessie was going to pop her head up, this wouldn't be a bad place to be waiting. Sometimes travel hands you a little bit of magic when you least expect it. As we're driving towards the Glenfinnan Viaduct, there it is, the famous Jacobite Steam Train, steaming right alongside us. We quickly pull over for a few photos before continuing the chase. Kim has dreamed of seeing this train for years, and we're only just getting started. Not every day you get to see a steam train. Apparently it's the same one they used for Harry Potter. So this is the viaduct that Harry Potter goes across, allegedly. So no one else knows about it apparently, apart from all the people back there in the cafe and the 3-block car parks. But we got here eventually. Apparently it's a footbridge as well. The Harry Potter Bridge. Hogwarts Express. There's loads of people over there waiting for the next train, which is probably half an hour away. But it's coming this way, so we'll have a better view. But there's other people turning up here. Oh no. Nice view though. So we can hear, there it is. It's just coming now. About bloody time. It's taken ages. I also have to try and get a clever selfie. Right. Yeah. By the time we reached the viewing area, it felt like half the world had beaten us there. The car park was overflowing, the cafe was packed, and people were scattered all over the hillside, all patiently waiting for exactly the same moment. Then, right on cue, the whistle echoed through the valley and the Jacobite Steam Train rolled across Glenfinnan Viaduct. It only lasts a couple of minutes, but it's one of those travel moments that lives up to the hype. Best of all, Kim got the selfie she'd been dreaming about. Happy wife, happy wife. Things you do for a selfie. We've waited 40 minutes for that. As our Scottish adventure draws to a close, we couldn't think of a better place to pause than here, the Three Sisters of Glencoe. After winding our way through some spectacular highland roads, this view made every kilometre worthwhile. The Three Sisters are 3 towering ridges carved by glaciers thousands of years ago, and today they're one of Scotland's most iconic landscapes. It's easy to understand why people fall in love with this country. Everywhere we've travelled there's been another incredible view, another castle, another story, and another reason to pull over and explore. We'll spend one final night in Glasgow before beginning the long journey home. But before we wrap up this adventure, there's one very important tradition still to keep. One last beer review. After 88 days on the road and more than 60 local beers sampled along the way, we couldn't finish the trip without one final taste. If you've enjoyed travelling Britain with us, we'd really appreciate you hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel. It genuinely helps us keep bringing these adventures to you. And don't worry, this isn't the end. We've already got plenty more destinations on the horizon. So we'll see you again very soon on another Not So Grey Wanderers adventure. someone suggested I should be doing a brew dog. Found one. It's a punk IPA on tap. So thanks, Frank. We'll give this a crack. It's a Brewdog is a Scottish brewery, and I've enjoyed some of the other ones I've had from the can.
Melted.
Already, this is a cracking thing. You know, when you've been on the road for feels like weeks, and you're ready to go home about 4 days ago, and now you're on the final run. We're in Glasgow, turning the car tomorrow. We've checked in for our first flight to Heathrow. We're on our way home. Thank you to everybody who's commented and looked at all of the beer reviews. You're a punk dog. Cheers. Oh, I'm going to give this 5 out of 5. Cheers.
Not so very wandering, not so very wandering.